Hey there everyone, it's me Faith, the Ginger Rebel, and when I was 7 years old, I lied about having a model of a Conestoga wagon in my house. It's true, I really did. See, we were in second grade, and second grade history we were learning about Manifest Destiny, the American frontier, Oregon Trail, whatnot. You know, settlers and wagons going over to California and do whatever. And this one kid in class raises his hand and says, "Oh, I have this model of a Conestoga wagon that I can bring into school tomorrow and show everyone." And the teacher was like, "Oh, that's a great idea. Why don't you bring that in?" And for whatever reason, to this day, I have no idea why I did this. I think it was just my little 7-year-old ego afraid of being one-upped by this kid. I don't know. I raised my hand in class and said, "I also have a Conestoga wagon at home, and I'm going to bring it in too." And the teacher was like, "Great, why don't you do that? Bring it in. We'll have 2 Conestoga wagons." So, problem is, I did not have a Conestoga wagon at home. I don't know why I did. I lied about it, but I did. So when I went home that day, I set about building a Conestoga wagon, because if you're going to lie and say you have one, you better bring it to school. And if you don't have one, you better improvise. So I improvised with all my 7-year-old knowledge of tools, construction, model building, etc. I had just learned to tie my shoes. I was going to make a model. So I went out to the garage and looked for some stuff that might make for a good Conestoga wagon. I found a board, like a piece of a 2x4. Hey, wagons are made of wood. So I got that, and then I didn't have any wheels. So I luckily found some orange plastic wheels and an erector set that my parents had gotten me in hopes that I might grow up to be an engineer. I didn't, but okay, so I found these big nails, these big like 3-inch long nails that I would use to hammer into wood, because it's wood and you hammer into it, the orange plastic wheels into my block of wood, and that is basically a wagon, right? So I set out to do that, and with all the agility and manual dexterity and physical strength of a 7-year-old, I completely mangled it. I think I got 2 of the wheels in, but the nails didn't go in all the way and they were all bent. But I was like, you know, not all the wagons would have been, you know, that great looking. So then I got to the canopy. The canopy is what makes it a Conestoga wagon, I assume. I don't even know. Is Conestoga a place? I think it is. Whatever. So I had to make the canopy, you know, the cloth sort of hoop canopy they have. And I looked around for anything I could use. And what I came up with was this sheet of thin, flexible foam rubber that was gray. But I thought, I was just, okay, that'll bend over. So what I tried to do was use glue, Elmer's glue, just regular old Elmer's glue, because that's all I had, because, you know, 7. And I did a line of glue on one side and a line of glue on the other, and then I put the sheet of gray foam rubber there, tried to like bend it over and hold it, and I held it for, you know, long enough for glue to dry. What is that? Overnight for Elmer's glue. So I gave it probably like 10 seconds, and lo and behold, it didn't stick. And it definitely didn't keep that nice arch shape. So I had no idea. I actually kind of gave up on the Conestoga wagon. Didn't occur to me to use paper or cloth. Paper would have held that shape perfectly, and Elmer's glue would have worked with paper. Didn't occur to me. So I put in my backpack whatever little bit of Conestoga wagon that I could muster, and set out to go to school the next day. And the next day, this kid had this amazing Conestoga wagon that was easily 3 feet long. It was made of wood. It had actual cloth stuff. I think it was a lamp or something. But it was fantastic. And I just left mine in my backpack. I didn't even bring it out. I just let him have the moment, because really it was his moment, and I shouldn't have tried to steal it. So that's my story about the Conestoga wagon. I hopefully have learned my lesson. I think I have, because I've never tried to build a Conestoga wagon ever again. And you know the funny thing about this, my dad actually collected Civil War figures, and like little figurines of the Civil War, and he had little model Conestoga wagons. Didn't occur to me. Didn't occur to me at the time. I was not a bright 7-year-old. So the moral of the story is, don't lie. Don't lie about Conestoga wagons. I mean, I think you could generalize that to don't lie at all, but, you know, sometimes lying comes in handy. Just, you know, lie responsibly. That is the message of this. So anyway, this is Faith. Thank you for watching. Remember, kids, lie responsibly.